Jaya Yashodanandana Jayo Brajjana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jayo Brajjana Ranjana Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Jaya Yashodanandana Jayo Brajjana Ranjana Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parijakacharyato Saraswati Sri A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol Hare Krishna Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Chapter 3 is titled Krishna is the source of all incarnations and text number 29.
今日閱讀四點報講我談第一篇第三章，題目係 Krishna 是所有化身的源頭，詩節第29。
We go word by word first. Janma, Guhyam, Bhagavato, Ya, Etat, Prayato, Naraha, Sayam, Pratar, Granan, Bhaktya, Dukkha, Gramat, Vimuchyate. Janmaguyam Bhagavato Ya etat prayata naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Dukkha gramat vimuchyate Janmaguyam Bhagavato Ya etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Dukkha gramat vimuchyate Janmaguhyam Bhagavato Ya etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Dukkha gramat vimuchyate
Janmaguyam Bhagavato Yat etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan Dukkha gramat vimuchyate Janmaguyam Bhagavato Yat etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Guna gramat vimuchyate.
Vaishnavas.
Janmaguyam Bhagavato Yat etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Dukkha gramat vimuchyate Janmaguyam Bhagavato Yat etat prayato naraha Sayam pratar granan bhaktya Dukkha gramat vimuchyate Jammaduyam Bhagavato Yat Eta Prayato Naraha Sayam Prata Pranam Bhaktya Dukha Gramat Vimuchyate Jamma Puryam Bhagavato Ya Eta Prayato Naraha Sayam Prata Pranam Bhaktya Dukha Gramat Vimuchyate.
Word for word translation: Janma,
Janma,
birth.
誕生
Guhyam,
Gunyam,
mysterious.
神秘的
Bhagavata,
Bhagavata
of the Lord.
至尊主的
Yaha,
呀
one.
一個
Etat,
Eta
all.
所有這些
Sorry, all these. Prayataha,
Prayataha
carefully.
小心地
Naraha,
Naraha
man.
人
Sayam,
Sayam
evening.
晚上
Prataha,
Prataha
morning.
早晨
Grinan,
Grinam
resides.
背誦
Bhaktya,
Bhaktya
with devotion.
以愛心
Dukkha gramat,
Buddha
from all miseries.
從所有的痛苦
Vimuchyate,
Vimuchyate
gets relief from.
擺脱
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life.
英文同要旨由聖巴寶巴提供，無論是誰，只要他在清晨和傍晚的時候，懷着奉愛之心，仔細明讀、仔細朗讀至尊主這些不可思議的顯現，他就能擺脱一切痛苦。
Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principles of the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, the birth and activities of the Lord, as manifested by Him for the welfare of the people in general, are not ordinary. They are mysterious. And only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Thus, one gets liberation from material bondage. It is advised, therefore, that one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam, describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations, in sincerity and devotion, can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. The very word vimukti or liberation indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one could not attain liberation. They are therefore mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of His births and activities.
要旨在百家梵歌中，人格守神宣布說：了解他顯現和活動的超然本性的人，無論是誰，都將擺脱現在的物質軀體，並回到守神那裏。所以，僅通過真正了解至尊主的化身，在這個物質世界裏不可思議的活動方式， 就能使人擺脱物質的束綁。至尊主本人所展示的他的顯現和活動都不是普通的，展現的目的其實是為了普通大眾的福利。他們是那麼不可思議，只有通過培養靈性的奉愛之情，而小心翼翼地努力深入探究的人，才能真正了解那些難以理解的神秘事物，從而擺脱物質束縛。為此，這節詩中勸告我們，懷着真誠的奉愛之心，朗讀聖典博加亞壇。這一章中描述至尊主不同化身顯現的內容，就會使人對至尊主的顯現的和活動具有深刻的理解。這節詩中的解脫 Vimukti 一詞指明，至尊主的顯現和活動都是超然的，否則僅靠朗讀這些內容並不能使人得到解脫。這些內容神秘而不可思議，那些不遵從經典及前輩靈性導師規定的奉愛服務規範守則的人，沒有資格進入至尊主顯現和活動的神秘領域。
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantika Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
First, I seek Maharaja's blessings so that I can speak a few words of Bhagavatam for my own purification.
首先我要向Maharaja 係尋求咧祝福，好使我能夠咧係講述到正確博加亞壇裏邊嘅正確內容。
Thank you all for being here this morning.
多謝大家嘅嚟臨。
I have been here for the past few days.
咁我就喺呢幾日喺香港啦。
Just to briefly introduce myself.
簡單去介紹自己。
My name is Mathura Monohara Das.
我嘅名叫做 Mathura Monohara Das。
I am a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj.
我係聖恩 Jayapataka Maharaj 嘅門徒。
I was born and grew up in Malaysia.
我喺馬來西亞出生。
22 years ago, I migrated to Melbourne, Australia.
咁22年前咧就係去咗澳洲生活。
And by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, I've been engaged in devotional service there.
藉著係靈性導師同埋 Krishna 嘅仁慈咧，我就喺嗰度咧係做奉獻服務。
And 2 years ago, I also got BBT International Service.
咁喺2年前咧，我就係有 BBT 嘅國際嘅服務。
And I'm here on some BBT Seva.
咁我而家咧就係嚟做一啲嘅 BBT 嘅服務。
I leave this afternoon.
咁今日下午我要離開香港啦。
But I have seen so many happy faces here.
我喺度見到大家好多歡欣嘅面容啊！
Wonderful devotees.
十分之美妙嘅奉獻者。
So much of bhakti devotion in the hearts of the devotees here.
喺呢度嘅奉獻者嘅內心咧有如此這麼多嘅奉愛心。
So thank you for having me here.
咁多謝咧大家就係令到我喺呢度。
Now this verse is the Falasruti.
This verse is
Falasruti is the result of all the previous verses that we have been reading.
咁呢一個詩節咧就係所有之前嘅詩節嘅總和。
At the beginning of every class, whether it is Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita class, we sing Jaya Radha Madhava song.
當我哋係有呢個講個博家梵歌課或者係博家雅壇課嘅時候咧，就會唱頌 Jaya Radha Madhava 嘅呢首歌。
Why do we sing it?
點解我哋要唱呢首歌咧？
What does it mean?
咩意思咧？
Jaya Radha Madhava. What does it mean?
Jaya Radha Madhava 係咩意思咧
Anybody?
All
Radha
glories-
Madhava.
All glories to Radha Madhava.
Yes. Madhava is another name for Krishna,
Madhava 咧就係 Krishna 另一個名字。
and he is the lover of Srimati Radharani.
咁咧佢就係 Srimati Radharani 嘅愛人。
Then the next one is Kunja Bihari,
Kunja Bihari
means that Krishna is having loving or amorous pastimes with the gopis.
意思咧就係 Krishna 咧係同所有好多數目嘅木偶姑娘咧一齊，
He's having these pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan.
就喺 Vrindavan 嘅森林裏邊咧係上演咗逍遙時光。
Next, Gopi Jana Vallabha,
另一句咧就係 Gopi Jana Vallabha，
means he is the beloved of all the gopis in Vrindavan.
就係意思就話佢係喺 Vrindavan 裏邊所有木偶姑娘嘅愛人。
Next, Girivaradari,
Girivaradari
he is the lifter of the Govardhan hill.
就係舉起高佛丹山嘅人。
Next, Yashoda Nandana,
Yashodanandana，
he is the son of Mother Yashoda.
佢係 Yashoda 媽媽嘅兒子。
Very soon we would be celebrating Kartik,
後將會不久咧，我哋會慶祝卡迪月。
and during this 1 month of Kartik celebrations, we would see and hear the pastimes of Damodar,
咁喺呢個 Damodar 月嘅呢個月份內咧，我哋就能夠咧係睇到Damodar 嘅逍遙時光，
which mainly focuses on the pastimes between Mother Yashoda and little Damodar.
主要咧就係 Yashoda 母親咧同Damodar 嘅之間嘅逍遙時光。
Next, Brajajana Ranjana.
Brajajana Ranjana，
He is the darling of all the residents of Vrindavan.
佢就係 Vrindavan 裏邊嘅居民嘅親愛嘅人物。
The last line, Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamunatira Tari，
It means that he is wandering in the forests along the banks of River Yamuna.
意思佢就係喺呢個 Vrindavan 嘅森林裏邊咧，沿住 Yamuna 河咧喺度漫遊。
This is a bhajan written by our great spiritual grandfather Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
咁呢首歌咧就係由我哋嘅曾祖父咧Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur 所寫嘅。
It comes from his compilation of songs glorifying Krishna called Gitavali.
咁呢個咧就係嚟自 Gitavali 裏邊嘅一啲嘅片段。
This is a very powerful and intense bhajan.
呢個咧係非常之有力咧，而且係好有深度嘅巴掌。
So powerful and intense that Srila Prabhupada, when he was preaching in Allahabad and Gorakhpur in India,
咁當聖巴布巴咧就喺呢個阿拉哈巴呢個地方咧，係去唱頌呢首歌嘅時候咧，
he just sang the first 2 lines and he went into ecstasy.
當佢唱頌只係頭嗰兩句啫，佢就聖巴布巴就已經係狂喜啦。
When he came back to external consciousness,
當佢咧係恢復翻佢嘅外在嘅知覺時候咧，
he just said chant Hare Krishna.
佢就係只係講 Chant Hare Krishna 啦。
Why is this so powerful and intense?
點解呢首歌係咁有力，而且係咁強勁嘅咧？
Because it gives a perfect picture of Vrindavan.
因為呢首歌咧係給予 Vrindavan 一個好完整嘅圖畫。
Srimati Radharani is there, Govardhan is there, Mother Yashoda is there, Gopis are there, the residents of Braj are there, everybody is there.
喺呢首歌裏邊咧係有 Vrindavan 啦，有 Srimati Radharani 啦，有Yamuna 河啦， 同埋其他一切。
So every morning or every time when we sing this bhajan,
咁喺每一個朝早啦，我哋唱誦呢首 bhajan 嘅時候咧，
by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our previous acharyas,
咁啊就靈性Srila Prabhupada 同埋之前嘅靈性導師嘅恩賜啦。
we are taken from where we are in this material position
咁我哋咧就係從呢個物質嘅狀況咧，
all the way to the topmost place called Goloka Vrindavan.
咁咧就從呢個物質嘅狀況咧一直走往係 Goloka Vrindavan 呢個地方啦。
It is a rare mercy.
咁呢個咧就非常之罕有嘅仁慈。
We were all there in the spiritual world many lifetimes ago.
咁我哋咧曾經喺呢個靈性世界裏邊咧係生活緊好耐。
We are part and parcel of Krishna.
我哋係 Krishna 嘅所屬部分啦。
But from that spiritual world, we left Krishna.
咁但係從呢個靈性嘅天空咧，我哋就係離開咗 Krishna，
Because we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna.
因為我哋係想咧係脱離 Krishna 咧咁去享受。
And therefore, we ended up in this material world.
咁因此咧，我就嚟到呢個物質世界啦。
Krishna at that time said, "Don't go."
咁喺當時咧 ，Krishna 就話唔好走啦。
We did not listen to Lord Krishna.
但係我哋唔聽住 Krishna 嘅説話啦。
Just like a child when with the parents, when the parents say don't do something, the child wants to do it.
咁啊，正如我哋一啲嘅小孩子咧，同父母一齊嘅時候咧，咁就話咧我要去呢度，咁但係父母就話你唔好去啦。
The parent says, "Don't do, my dear child," but the child says, "No, I want to do it."
咁屋企人就話我親愛嘅孩子啊，唔好去啦，唔好走啦。咁但係咧嗰個孩子就話唔得，我一定要走。
The child is stubborn.
咁孩子就係非常之頑強啊、頑固啊。
I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it.
我要做，我要一定要做。
Then the parent says, "Okay, you do it.
父母就話啦，好啦，你做啦。
Learn your lesson."
咁就自己吸取教訓。
Similarly, Lord Krishna created this material world so that we can enter it and learn our lesson.
咁實際上咧，主 Krishna 咧係創造呢個物質世界咧，好使我哋能夠去到呢度咧，同埋咧係吸取教訓。
And in this material world, we are going to, not just we, all conditioned living entities are experiencing miseries of life.
咁所有我哋咧呢啲嘅離開咗靈性世界嘅調限靈魂咧，係實際上咧喺呢個世界裏邊咧係受緊苦嘅。
Adi Bhautik misery,
Adi Bhautik 呢個痛苦，
miseries caused by body and mind.
就係由辛苦同埋身體同埋心意咧所製造出嘅痛苦。
Adi Daivik,
Adi Daivik
miseries arranged by demigods in the form of natural disasters.
咁咧就係由半神咧係所創造一啲，即係製造一啲嘅呢啲嘅大自然嘅災害咧，令到我哋受苦，人民受苦。
Actually, I correct myself. First one is Adi Atmik,
Adi Atmik
miseries caused by body and mind.
就係一啲嘅痛苦咧係由身體同埋心意咧所造成嘅。
Adi Daivik, miseries caused by natural disasters.
咁另外一種咧就係 Adi Daivik 就係由大自然咧所給予我哋嘅痛苦。
And Adi Bhautik,
Adi Bhautik
miseries caused by other living entities.
就係由其他嘅生物體咧給予我哋嘅痛苦。
And experiencing these miseries, the jiva in the material world is going through the repeated cycle of birth, death, old age, disease.
咁呢個咧係受條件限制嘅靈魂咧，佢就係喺呢個物質世界裏邊咧係重複咁樣生老病死。
But Krishna, our loving Father, has not abandoned us.
咁主 Krishna 咧係我哋嘅所親愛嘅父親咧，佢永遠唔會放棄我哋嘅。
He enters, he descends into the material world for the welfare of the conditioned jivas.
咁咧就係藉着咧係給予條限靈魂嘅福祉啦。咁主 Krishna 咧，佢親自咧嚟到呢個物質世界。
Krishna is eternal, he has no beginning.
咁 Krishna 咧，佢係永恆嘅，佢係冇開始嘅。
He is Sarva Karana Karanam.
佢係
Sarva Karana Karanam, cause of all causes.
就係所有原因嘅原因。
He does not literally take birth like in the material world where we take birth.
就主 Krishna 咧，就唔會好似我哋咧喺呢個物質世界裏邊咧，就係嘅人嘅出生咁樣嘅。
In the material world, male and female have union and there is birth of a child.
咁喺呢個物質世界裏邊咧，係男士同女士咧係結合嘅時候咧，佢哋咧就先至能夠係生產到兒女嘅。
But Krishna, even though we say here in this verse, Janma, birth, he is actually eternal and he descends.
咁喺呢個詩節裏邊咧係講 Jama 啦，咁意思即係話咧Krishna 咧就喺呢個物質世界咧係展示。
And Lord Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan is Swayam Bhagavan, the original source of all incarnations.
咁咧喺 Krishna 喺呢個靈性世界裏邊咧，佢係 Swayam Bhagavan，係所有化身嘅源頭。
This was covered in yesterday's verse.
咁咧呢個就喺尋日嘅詩節咧係講咗噶啦。
But for the welfare of the conditioned jivas,
就為咗咧呢個物質咧受條件限制嘅靈魂嘅福祉啦。
he descends either as his original Swayam Bhagavan or as his incarnations.
咁佢就以呢個佢嘅化身咧，又或者佢本人嘅嚟臨咧，係呢個物質世界嘅。
But when he descends, his appearance is very mysterious.
咁但係佢嘅出現咧，或者佢嘅顯現咧，係非常之神秘嘅、玄秘。
He doesn't take birth like a child through union of mother-father.
咁佢所顯現嘅咧，就並不是咧，好似一個小孩咧，係因為得到父母嘅結合咧而產生嘅。
For example, 5,000 years ago, he appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Mother Devaki.
咁就正如咧喺5000幾年前咧，佢就以呢個Vasudeva 同埋Devaki 嘅父母咧係嘅兒子嚟嘅。
And when he appeared, he was already all fully developed.
咁但係佢出現嘅時候咧，佢已經係一個好完整嘅一個人嚟嘅。
He appeared so beautiful, full effulgence, full head of hair, with ornaments, clothing.
咁佢出現嘅時候咧係非常之光燦啦，佢有衣着咧係非常之美麗啦，頭髮咧係長滿咗頭髮啦，同埋係非常之美麗嘅。
Similarly, his main incarnations like Lord Varaha.
咁咧就正如佢嘅主要嘅化身就係主 Varaha。
His appearance is also mysterious.
佢嘅顯現咧亦都係非常之神秘嘅。
How did he appear?
佢點樣去顯現嘅咧？
He appeared from the nose of Lord Brahma.
佢就係從咧主 Brahma 嘅鼻孔裏邊咧係展示出嚟嘅。
Very small, tiny, and then he grew and grew and grew and grew to be very gigantic.
咁咧由一個非常之微小嘅生物體咧，跟住咧係成長啊、長大，至到一個非常之大嘅形體。
Also another example is Lord Nrsimhadev.
就正如另外一個嘅例子咧，就係主 Nrsimhadev。
His appearance is also very mysterious.
佢嘅出現咧或者顯現係亦都非常之神秘。
His parents, mother, father,
佢嘅父母咧
is actually the pillar.
就係實際上係嗰條柱啊。
He appeared from the pillar.
佢喺呢條柱裏邊咧係出現嘅。
So, Janma Guyam, the Prabhupada, this text here says, is a mysterious birth.
Jama Gunyam 就意思就話一個非常之神秘嘅出身。
And when he comes here in his original Swayam Bhagavan form or his incarnations,
咁當佢咧係以一個沙因巴嘅環或者係佢嘅化身顯現嘅時候咧，
he comes to actually show compassion to take back the jivas back home.
佢就係以呢個憐憫心咧，就希望咧係能夠帶回呢啲條下靈魂咧回家家園。
And that is our ultimate goal, to go back home.
咁亦都係我哋嘅最終嘅目標咧，就係要去回歸家園。
But as the yugas are progressing,
咁啊，當呢個年代係不停咁向前進步嘅時候咧，
forgetfulness of God is increasing.
咁咧就係對神嘅忘記咧係會增加嘅。
Conditioned jivas in the material world are busy with the cycle of birth, death, old age, disease.
喺呢個物質世界裏邊嘅所條限嘅靈魂咧，佢哋係忙於咧係出生、死亡、疾病。
They got no time to turn to look at God.
佢哋冇時候咧，佢會去睇下神嘅。
They are chasing economic wealth.
佢哋係追求緊咧呢個經濟發展啦，
They are chasing satisfaction of sense gratification.
追逐住咧呢個感官享樂啦。
Prabhupada explains in the purport in Canto 7, Chapter 13, Text 31, what is the value of such chase?
咁啊，聖巴布巴咧喺《寶瓜雅壇》第7篇嘅裏邊咧，有一個詩節咧係講述到我哋係追求呢啲嘅感官享樂有啲咩嘅意義咧？
To actually want to go back to Godhead, we must become sick of this material world.
咁如果我哋咧係要想去回歸神手咧，我
We
哋
must-
應該咧係要去厭惡呢個物質嘅生活。
We must detach from this sense gratification.
我哋咧要棄絕咧呢個遠離呢個感官享樂。
Only when we come to this point that we are sick, then there is opportunity for bhakti seed to take place.
咁啊，當我哋咧係厭惡或者係唔喜歡呢個物質生活嘅時候咧，我哋咧先至係有機會係去培養呢個奉愛嘅種子。
In Canto 3, Lord Kapila appeared as the son of Kardama Muni and Mother Devahuti.
咁咧喺聖典寶瓜雅壇第3篇裏邊咧係講述到
Lord
至尊主
Kapila,
咧以主 Kapila 咧係成為 Kadamba Muni 同埋 Devahuti 嘅兒子。
Lord Kapila is the plenary expansion of Lord Krishna.
咁啊，主 Kapila 咧佢就係主 Krishna 嘅所屬嘅擴展。
While they were living in the house together,
咁咧就係當佢哋喺呢個屋裏邊生活嘅時候咧，
Kardama Muni fulfilled his household duties and left home.
咁啊 Kadamba Muni 咧佢就係完成佢嘅家居嘅責任咧，就離開家庭啦。
So it was Lord Kapila staying with his mother Devahuti.
咁就係只有咧主 Kapila 同埋佢嘅母親 Devahuti 咧喺呢間屋裏邊住啦。
He didn't preach bhakti to her.
佢並不會咧係冇咧係向Devahuti 咧係講述有關於奉愛嘅題目。
Until one day Mother Devahuti declared to Lord Kapila,
直至有一日咧，就係 Devahuti 咧就向主 Kapila 講啦。
she declared, I am very sick of the material senses.
咁咧就係佢就咁講到咧，就係話我咧對於呢個物質感官享樂咧係非常之厭惡。
And because of the disturbances of these material senses,
咁啊，因為咧呢個物質嘅感官嘅騷擾咧，
I have engaged in sense gratification
咁咧就係我係從事於感官享樂啦。
and I have fallen into an abyss of ignorance.
咁我咧就係投入一個咧係愚昧嘅狀況。
Only when she declared that,
當佢咧係宣稱，
then Lord Kapila started preaching Sankhya philosophy, which is ultimately Bhakti Yoga.
咁就係當Devahuti 咧係最終咧係講述到佢係厭惡呢個物質生活嘅時候啊，主 Kapila Dev 咧就去講述有關於Sankhya嘅哲學咧係會去領導到去奉愛嘅。
So we have to come to the point that this material life is not working for us.
咁啊，就我哋一定要去到一點咧，就係話咧，物質生活咧對我哋嚟講咧係唔好嘅。
We are devotees, at least we have come to that point.
咁咧就係我哋奉獻者啦，咁但係呢個生活裏邊咧係至少係要舒適啦。
But there are many who are non-devotees out there
咁咧就係喺外邊咧有好多非奉獻者啦，
who are still in the mode of ignorance,
咁啊仍然咧就喺呢個愚昧形態當中，
who are not pursuing the journey back to Godhead.
佢哋咧亦都冇去追尋咧係要回歸神手嘅路途，
Who are not on the path of bhakti.
咁亦都唔係喺呢個奉愛嘅路途上邊。
As I said earlier, they are busy with accumulating wealth.
因為佢哋咧係忙於咧係去累積財富啦，
And they are stuck in this material bondage of birth, death, old age, disease.
咁因此咧佢哋就係喺呢個嘅生老病死嘅呢個嘅世界裏邊咧係不斷咁循環。
They are not sick, they are trying to become better.
咁佢哋咧就係冇咧嘗試係去想成為更加好，比以前更加好。
They think they will live forever.
咁佢哋諗住咧係永遠都係生存嘅。
Reminds me of a pastime in Mahabharata.
咁喺呢個馬哈巴拉裏邊咧係提醒我一件事。
The Pandavas were in exile for 12 years in the forest.
潘就話咧，佢哋咧係被喺呢個森林裏邊咧放逐12年。
And towards the end of that exile period,
咁喺呢個放逐嘅最後一年咧，
they were living in the forest and next to them there was an ashram of a Brahmana.
咁咧喺佢哋放逐嘅地方咧，附近咧係住咗一個 Brahmana。
One day the Brahmana came to the Pandavas
咁有一日咧，個 Brahmana 咧就去到呢個 Pandava，
and said, "My dear Pandavas,
我親愛嘅 Pandava，
I had this arani wood."
我聽聞有一啲嘅木材咧，
Arani wood is special that Brahmanas use to light the yagya fire.
咁咧呢個係由呢啲木咧就係婆羅門咧係愛嚟咧喺祭祀嘅時候咧點着嘅。
So he told the Pandavas, a magical mysterious deer came and this wood got stuck in his antlers, his horns, and he ran away with this wood.
咁你就有講述到咧係有一隻鹿咧係嚟過呢個嘅地方啦，咁有呢啲嘅好珍貴嘅木咧就棘住喺呢個嘅鹿嘅角嗰度，咁呢隻鹿咧又亦都走咗，帶埋呢啲嘅木。
Please find the deer and get this arani wood back for me.
咁咧就要求佢哋咧係將呢隻鹿咧係尋回啦，咁同埋咧係攞翻呢啲嘅愛嚟做祭祀嘅木頭。
So the Pandavas went in search of this mysterious deer.
咁咧呢個 Pandavas 咧就去到四圍咁係尋找呢個嘅神秘嘅鹿。
They went searching.
咁啊揾咗好耐。
They would see it, but magically it would disappear.
咁啊佢哋睇到啦，咁但係好特別咧，呢隻鹿又消失咗。
They became very tired after searching for a long time.
咁啊尋找咗好耐咧，之後咧佢哋就非常之疲倦啦，
And they were all very thirsty.
全部咧好口渴啦。
They came rested under a huge banyan tree.
咁咧喺呢個大嘅榕樹下咧休息。
Yudhishthir Maharaj told his young brother Nakula,
咁咧就 Yudhishthira 咧就係同佢嘅年幼嘅兄弟咧係講啦。
please climb up this tree from the top, see whether you can find any body of water.
咁咧就請佢咧爬上呢棵高嘅樹咧，睇下四周圍有啲咩嘅水嘅源頭。
He climbed up, he did see a body of water.
咁咧佢爬高咗去上去睇啦，之後就睇到真係有一啲嘅水嘅地方啊。
He said, brothers, I will go and fetch water.
咁咧就
For all of
係
us.
就話我咧就係去呢個地方度攞水。
He went to the body of water,
咁啊去到呢個水源啦，
crystal clear lake.
就好晶瑩嘅湖水。
He wanted to drink the water
佢又想飲嗰啲水喎，
because he was very thirsty.
因為非常之口渴啦。
Suddenly there was a voice.
突然間有個聲音就咁講啦，
Stop, don't drink.
你唔好飲呢啲水啊！
I am the proprietor of this lake.
我係呢個湖嘅擁有者。
Answer my questions or you will die.
咁你就係要回答我一個問題，如果唔係咧，你就會死亡噶啦。
Nakula was too thirsty.
Nakula 太口渴啦，
He drank the water and fell down dead.
咁啊飲咗啲水就立刻死亡。
Meanwhile, the remaining 4 brothers were waiting.
咁啊，另外嗰4個兄弟喺度等緊呢個人嚟啦，翻嚟啦。
Yudhishthir Maharaj then sent Sahadev.
咁啊，Yudhishthira Maharaj 就跟住咧就係叫咗 Sahadev。
Please find out what happened to your brother Nakula and bring us some water.
咁啊，睇下你個兄弟發生咩事，跟住攞翻啲水嚟俾我哋啦。
Sahadev came to that same place where Nakula was.
Sahadev 咧就去到呢個水源啦。
He too was very thirsty. He wanted to drink water first.
咁佢亦都非常之口渴啦，想飲咗啲水先。
The same voice then said, Stop, don't drink.
咁呢個同一個聲音就咁講啦，唔好飲啊！
I am the proprietor.
我係呢個湖嘅主人。
Answer my questions first
你
or you
回
will
答
die.
我咁呢個問題先啦，唔係你飲咗就即刻死噶啦。
Sahadev too did not listen. He drank, he too died.
Sahadev 咧佢就唔聽啊，就飲咗啲水，咁跟住亦都死亡啦。
Same thing happened with Bhima and Arjuna.
咁咧就要 Bhima 同埋 Arjuna 嚟講咧，一樣發生呢啲事情。
They also came to the same place and they too died.
咁佢哋嚟到嘅地方飲咗啲水就死咗啦。
Finally, Yudhishthir Maharaj came to the same
最
place.
後 Yudhishthira Maharaj 就嚟到呢個地方，
He saw his 4 dead brothers and he was grief-stricken.
咁佢哋就睇到佢嗰4個兄弟死咗，咁啊非常之傷心。
He wanted to drink some water first to quench his thirst and then deal with that.
咁佢想飲咗啲水先啦，就希望可以解下渴，跟住咧先至係處理佢哋兄弟嘅事。
Again, this voice said, I am the proprietor. Do not drink. Answer my questions or you will die.
同一個聲音咧出現咧，就係話你首先答咗個問題，如果你唔答咧，就飲咗啲水就會死噶啦。
Yudhishthir Maharaj was very wise.
咁啊，Yudhishthira Maharaj 係非常之有智慧嘅。
He said, Reveal yourself, who are you?
咁你首先睇下你顯示你自己，你係邊一位啊？
I will answer your questions.
之後我就會答你嘅問題啊。
And it was Yaksha, who is like a representative of Yamaraj.
佢係 Yaksha 就係閻羅王嘅代表。
So there was this beautiful exchange of question and answer between Yaksha and Yudhishthir Maharaj.
咁喺 Yaksha 同 Yudhishthira Maharaj 之間嘅對話咧，非常之美妙。
One of the questions is Yaksha asked Yudhishthir Maharaj,
咁有一個問題咧，就係 Yaksha 問 Yudhishthira Maharaj，
What is faster than the wind?
有咩比風更快咧？
Yudhishthir Maharaj answered,
Yudhishthira Maharaj 就回答啦，
The mind is faster than the wind.
心意比風咧更快。
Yaksha asked the next question,
Yaksha 問咗第二個問題啦
What is the best bath that one can have?
，best
Bath.
咁啊，對於一個人嚟講咧，最好嘅沐浴嘅方式係點咧
Yudhishthir Maharaj answered,
？Yudhishthira Maharaj 就話啦，
The best bath that one can have
就一個人最好嘅沐浴嘅方式就係、
is one that washes the impurities of the mind.
就係要去將呢個心意嘅污染咧係洗除。
Yaksha asked another question,
Yaksha 就問你個問題啦，
What numbers more than the blades of grass on this planet Earth?
咁喺呢個地球上面咧，有啲咩咧係比呢個草咧係更多嘅咧
Yudhishthir Maharaj answered,
？Yudhishthira Maharaj 就回答啦，
Our material desires number more than the blades of grass on this
我哋嘅
planet.
物質慾望咧比地上嘅草咧仲要更多。
Then came a very, very beautiful question from Yaksha.
咁咧嚟一個咧係 Yaksha 一個非常之美麗嘅問題。
Yaksha asked, Kim Ascharyam, what is amazing?
咁乜嘢係最令人驚歎嘅咧？
And Yudhishthir Maharaj gave an equally beautiful answer.
Yudhishthira Maharaj 亦都係給予一個非常之美妙嘅回答。
He said, Ahani ahani bhutani gacchantiya yamalayam Sheshahastavaram ichanti kim ascharyam ataha param. Every day, hundreds and thousands of conditioned living entities
每日咧就係成千上百萬嘅受條件限制嘅靈魂咧，
are going to the abode of Yamaraj.
就係去到閻羅王嘅居所。
But the one that is living
但係離開嗰個人咧，
thinks that he will live forever.
但係咧就係即係冇離開嘅，冇去閻羅王呢個地方嘅人咧，佢就會諗住自己咧係永遠都生存嘅，
And
同埋
does not plan for his death.
亦都佢冇為佢嘅死亡而作出計劃，
Does not plan for his death.
就係永遠唔會為佢嘅死亡而作出計劃。
Planning for death does not mean
為死亡而去計劃咧，
going to your lawyer and preparing a will.
咁並不是咧去到你嘅法律嗰度律師咧係去準備一個嘅遺囑。
Planning for death does not mean
如果係為死亡而去計劃嘅咧，並不是。
telling our family members where we keep our family jewelry.
咁就並不是話係講俾我哋嘅屋企人聽，我哋嗰啲嘅珠寶係點樣去安排。
Planning for death does not mean
為死亡而計劃並不是
sharing our bank account passwords with family members.
咁並不是啦，將我哋嘅銀行嘅戶口嘅密碼咧係講俾屋企人知。
Planning for death means
為死亡而計劃意思
living a dynamic Krishna conscious life
意思咧係活咗一個咧係有Krishna 知覺嘅動力嘅生活。
where at the end of our life when we draw our last breath
當我哋咧係去到生命嘅最後一刻嘅時候咧，
the last word that comes out is Krishna.
最後嘅所講嘅嘢咧就係 Krishna。
When we have the last thought in our head
當我哋咧喺我哋嘅心意裏邊，
the last thought is to remember Krishna.
最終嘅想嘅嘢咧，就係要去記得起 Krishna。
Ante Narayana Smriti, remember Krishna at the time of death.
就係喺生命嘅死亡嘅時刻咧，就係記起 Krishna。
And to come to this point,
就嚟到呢點咧，
we must first begin with sincere devotion and detach from sense gratification.
首先咧係我哋要去有一個好誠懇嘅奉愛嘅心啦，同埋
We
咧
must-
係不以負呢啲物質嘅生活。
We must beg for mercy from Srila Prabhupada and Guru.
我哋一定要咧係從靈性導師咧同埋聖巴布帕咧係乞求咧仁慈。
And we are very, very fortunate in this lifetime.
我哋喺呢一生裏邊非常之有幸。
Why?
點解咧？
Because it says here in this purport, the last sentence, I'll read this. Those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of his birth and death and activities. Last sentence.
那些不遵循經典及前輩靈性導師規定的奉愛服務規範守則的人，沒有資格進入至尊主顯現和活動的神秘領域。
But devotees are so fortunate because
奉獻者非常之幸運，因為
they are following prescribed regulations of devotional service
咧佢哋係追隨住奉愛服務嘅規範守則，
and therefore are entitled
咁因此咧佢哋就有得到呢個
to
批准
enter
啊
into the mysteries of Krishna's birth and activities.
能夠進入咧 Krishna 嘅神秘嘅活動裏邊。
We are all chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
我哋咧係所有咧都係唱誦 Hare Krishna Maha Mantra。
Together, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are so fortunate and privileged in this lifetime
我哋喺呢一生裏邊咧係非常之幸運啦，同埋係得到一個特權啊，
to be able to chant this Maha Mantra
能夠咧係唱誦呢個 Maha Mantra，
because
因為
Canto 3, Chapter 33, text number 7, in that purport there, Srila Prabhupada clearly says, for one to be able to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in this lifetime,
就聖巴布巴咧喺正典報告雅談第三篇第33章第7嘅詩節裏邊咧，係講述到一個人咧喺呢個生命裏邊咧係唱誦 Maha Krishna Maha Mantra 嘅時候咧，
it means in all our previous lifetimes,
意思咧就話我哋之前嘅生命咧，
we have taken bath in all the holy rivers.
就意思我哋咧喺前生咧已經咧係喺呢個聖河裏邊咧係沐浴咗啦。
We have already studied all the Vedic literatures.
我哋亦都係閲讀所有嘅偉達經。
We have performed all Vedic sacrifices.
我哋亦都係意思咧，即係話我哋係從事所有嘅偉達嘅祭祀犧牲，
To be fortunate enough in this lifetime to chant Hare Krishna.
就能夠咧有呢個幸運咧，喺呢一生裏邊咧係唱誦Maha Krishna Maha Mantra Hare Krishna Maha Mantra。
That is how fortunate and privileged we are.
因此咧，我哋係如此咁幸運咧，同埋咧有呢個嘅優先權啊。
And we have to understand that this is not for us to save ourselves only.
咁我哋都要明白到咧，呢個活動咧並不是咧係只係拯救自己。
As we are making progress,
當我哋係前進緊嘅時候咧，
we need to develop the maturity
我哋要去培養呢個成熟啦，
and following in the footsteps of our gurus and acharyas.
我哋要去追隨我哋靈性導師同埋先前靈性導師嘅步伐。
We have to share this mercy with non-devotees.
我哋要將呢啲嘅仁慈咧係分派俾其他人。
We have a duty to bring them closer to
我
Krishna.
哋有一個責任咧，要將呢啲嘅非奉獻者咧係帶到去 Krishna 面前。
Without Guru's mercy, we cannot do this.
冇咗靈性導師仁慈咧，我哋唔能夠做到呢啲嘅。
At the end of Canto 5, Sukadeva Goswami described 26 different types of hell.
咁喺聖典報講雅談嘅第5篇裏邊咧，
Sukadeva Goswami.
Sukadeva Goswami 咧係講述到有關於26種嘅原則。
Beginning of Canto 6,
喺第6篇嘅開始嘅時候咧，
Parikshit Maharaj asked the question to Sukadeva Goswami.
Parikshit Maharaj 就係問 Sukadeva Goswami 一啲嘅問題，係點樣係防止呢啲嘅條件嘅靈魂咧係去入到呢啲嘅物質嘅世界裏邊。
Sukadeva Goswami answered in 3 layers.
咁 Sukadeva Goswami 咧係以3個層面咧係回答嘅。
First layer, he said, they must atone for their sins.
首先咧就要去為佢哋嘅所做嘅罪孽咧係懺悔，
He gave Karma Kanda answer.
就係 Karma Kanda 嘅回答啦。
But Parikshit Maharaj was not convinced.
Parikshit Maharaj 並不係非常之同意呢一點。
He said, what is the point of atoning for sins
就係要去為咗你之前嘅罪孽而去懺悔，有啲咩意思呢？
because they will continue to repeat sinning.
因為咧佢哋懺悔完咧，又再去重複呢啲嘅罪惡啦。
Just like an elephant enters water to take bath,
就正如一頭大象咧，去到一個河裏邊係沐浴嘅時候，
it comes out and then throws dirt on itself.
咁跟住喺河裏邊出嚟嘅時候咧，就將啲沙泥咧係撥向自己身體上邊。
So atoning for sins does not work.
咁因此咧係為你個罪孽而係去懺悔咧冇用嘅喎。
Shukadev Goswami then gave him the second higher level of answer.
咁 Sukadeva Goswami 咧係給予佢第二層面嘅回答。
Jivas need to be given spiritual knowledge, real knowledge.
咁靈魂咧應該咧就條件限制靈魂咧，佢應該給予靈性嘅知識。
Parikshit Maharaj said, okay,
Parikshit Maharaj 就咁講啦，都可以啊。
spiritual knowledge is needed,
係靈性嘅知識咧係要需要嘅，
but the spiritual knowledge still
但係靈性嘅知識仍然咧
does not remove the weeds surrounding the heart.
亦都唔能夠咧係將呢啲喺我哋內心嘅野草咧拔除啊！
Even if knowledge were to burn the weeds, the roots would still be there.
就算呢啲嘅靈性知識咧係燒毀咗呢啲嘅樹呢啲嘅葉啦嚇，但係個根咧仍然喺度啊！
So how to remove the roots?
咁咧係點樣去移除呢啲嘅根咧？
Shukadev Goswami then gave him the topmost answer.
咁 Sukadeva Goswami 咧係給予一個最高嘅答案啦。
The answer is to come in contact with a bona fide spiritual master
就方法就係要去接觸一位真實無偽嘅靈性導師，
who will guide one on the path of bhakti yoga.
能夠咧係帶領指引一個人咧係從呢個奉愛服務路途上咧係進前。
Only with sincere devotion
只有咧係給得呢個嘅誠懇嘅愛心咧，
can we enter into the mysteries of Krishna's birth and activities.
咁咧先至咧係能夠咧係去到一個地方咧，就係 Krishna 上演佢嘅活動嘅地方。
So you are all very, very wonderful devotees.
咁大家各位咧都係一個好非常之美妙嘅奉獻者。
I can, as I said earlier in the class, there is a lot of bhakti here.
咁喺呢度咧好多奉愛心，
But we have a duty.
但係我哋有一個職責喺度嘅。
We have to continue this belief that this process works.
咁我哋一定要去相信呢個嘅收集嘅方式咧係有效嘅。
How do we know this process works? What is the evidence?
咁如果呢個嘅證明係咩能夠證明到呢個嘅呢個程序係有效咧？
Evidence is very clear.
呢個證明非常之清晰嘅。
Look at yourself in the mirror.
就喺你個鏡嗰度望下自己。
You will see a devotee
你可以咧係見到一個奉獻者。
compared to the image that you were before you were a devotee.
I can't get this one.
Compared to
Compare.
the image, the
Compare.
yeah, compare.
就係要將自己同喺鏡裏邊嘅人咧係相比。
So the process definitely works.
咁就係話咧，要同嗰個鏡裏邊嘅人講呢個嘅程序咧係有效嘅。
We have to hold on to the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna.
我哋要去咧係捉住靈性導師嘅同埋咧Krishna 嘅蓮花竹。
Continue with our practice of devotional service.
係繼續咧係去收集我哋嘅奉愛服務啦。
And go back to Godhead.
就係回歸神手。
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna。
Any questions? Any comments?
有冇問題或者係呢個回應？係。
頭先Prabhu有講到我哋今世做devotee就會之前一世係做咗好多經過好多祭祀啊，或者係聖河啊，淨化。咁咪即係代表其實我哋每一個前身都真係人咯，即係已經係人嘅身體。咁係，即係我意思係有啲好墮落個靈魂，今世係好墮落 咗到喺啲上晚查我今世啊，咁好快就係學者。咁如果佢前世係做過咁多祭祀啊，經過洗禮啊，咁其實佢哋唔應該喺今世曾經會做到落嚟。你明我意思啊？
The question is, you say that when one practices Krishna consciousness, it means that in his previous lives, he already performed many austerities, sacrifices, many purification before we come to this, the point that we are the devotee. So how come when we are devotee, 當我哋係仍然係要去咩啊？
即係今世有啲即係我之前未做 devotee 之前咧，其實我哋會墮落㗎嘛，可能有好多其實佢真係有做過壞事或者唔好嘅嘢，咁但係點解會忽然間又轉翻做？即係唔係意思係話佢前世如果做咗好事，佢唔應該今世會有一個階段係做墮落嘅靈魂。
做墮落嘅靈魂。
即係做壞事啊！即係而家今世做壞事。你明唔明啊？清唔清楚？
So as a devotee, how come that means that before we become devotee, we perform many sinful activities, and how come we can practice Krishna consciousness? And you say that when we practice Krishna consciousness, we are already purified a lot. So how come when we become devotee, we are still so fallen?
To feel fallen is a sign of advancement.
咁你感覺到咧自己係墮落嘅時候咧，咁啊就係意思你係進步嘅。
We, by purifying ourselves from many lifetimes to reach this point,
咁我哋喺前生咧係要去作出好多淨化咧，先至嚟到現在呢一刻嘅。
we have already made very great advancement.
喺我哋前生咧已經咧係做咗好多嘅進步啦。
And a sign of advancement is to think we are fallen.
咁咧就係我哋進步嘅徵兆咧，就係話覺得我哋自己係墮落嘅。
Like today's verse, it uses two words, sincere devotion.
咁就喺呢個詩節裏邊講述到咧係誠懇嘅奉愛心。
It is the sincerity in your heart which makes you think you are fallen.
咁就係因為你內心嘅誠懇咧，咁就係知道察覺到自己係墮落嘅。
And feel fallen.
同埋咧係感覺到墮落嘅。
And yes, we are fallen.
咁實際上我哋都係墮落嘅。
But the purification is still carrying on. We are still becoming more and more Krishna conscious.
咁因為咧，我哋咧係做咗好多淨化嘅程序咧，現在都係做緊嘅啦。咁因此咧，我哋就係有更多嘅 Krishna 知覺。
The difference to a non-devotee who is here,
咁啊，就係有啲嘅非奉獻者咧。
we are already here.
咁咧就係非奉獻者咧，就係喺呢一個層面。奉獻者就喺另一個更高嘅層面。
We are already closer to Krishna.
我哋咧係比較接近啲 Krishna 噶啦。
So we have to keep on this process, this journey to keep on purifying.
咁咧，我哋喺呢個人生裏邊咧，要繼續咧係得到呢啲淨化嘅。
Hope that answers her question.
希望翻譯。
希望咧係回答到你呢個問題。好似唔係啊。OK， 有冇問題？
It's okay. Maharaj, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Forgive me for any offenses or any inaccuracies. Please guide me. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.